Welcome to the deep dive. You're probably already on top of your finances, right? Watching that 401k, making sure you get the employer match.
Mm-hmm. The
But
basics.
what if I told you, even for someone diligent like you, there's often this whole other layer, kind of like found money in your company benefits that might be getting overlooked.
Yeah,
We're
definitely.
talking about a whole bunch of retirement benefits, way more than just that standard match. Stuff that could seriously supercharge your financial future.
Exactly.
So this deep dive, it's kind of your shortcut, right? To uncover these hidden treasures and figure out how you can squeeze the most out of them.
Precisely. And for you, as a savvy listener, understanding these benefits isn't just, checking a box.
Right.
It's realizing they're a strategic, often really substantial part of your total compensation.
Hmm.
The real win is leveraging them fully, turning them into a powerful boost for your retirement savings.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Let's start where most people focus, defined contribution plans.
Right.
We know the main ones, 401ks, 403bs for nonprofits, maybe 457s if you're in the public sector.
Yep, the usual suspects.
The basic idea is simple. You put money in, your employer often adds some too. But where it gets really interesting and maybe confusing is how employers chip in.
Oh, absolutely. The variety is huge.
It really is a complex landscape out there.
It is. And while, your contributions are the foundation, the specific way your employer calculates their match or their direct contribution, that can massively change how much wealth you build up.
So knowing the specifics is key.
Totally crucial. For you, the smart planner, digging into those details is vital. Understanding your plan's little quirks, that's how you actually get the full value your company's offering.
So, okay, we all know the standard match, right? Like 50 cents on the dollar up to 6% of your pay. Pretty common.
Yeah, that's the baseline you see a lot.
But what are some of the really eye-opening ways companies are doing this now? The ones that make you go, wow. I'm curious about the outliers.
That's a great question. Because those outliers, they often show you what a company really cares about. Maybe it's grabbing top talent, keeping people long-term, or even helping with specific money problems employees have.
Okay, so give us some examples that really stand out.
All right, let's start with what we might call the generous match. Take Activision Blizzard, the video game company.
Right.
They reportedly match your 401k contributions dollar for dollar.
1-to-1. Nice.
Yeah, but get this all the way up to 25% of your salary.
Wait, 25%? Seriously?
25%. And that match, it's fully vested right away.
Immediately, no waiting period. That's almost unheard of.
It's incredibly generous.
So if you contribute 25%, the company throws in another 25% of your salary, just like that, doubling your savings instantly.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a huge statement about, wanting employees to build wealth.
Wow, that's way more than just a perk.
Oh, it's a serious play for talent
Mm.
and a massive bump to your total pay package, really. So the takeaway from you, if you're looking at job offers or negotiating, factor in the real dollar value of a match like that. That's an immediate guaranteed return that's tough to beat anywhere else.
That makes total sense. Okay, so beyond just throwing money at it, how else are companies being creative? Are there, like, strategies tied to how long you stick around?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
We see what you could call the tenure-based match. Apple's a good example here.
Okay, Apple, how do they do it?
They have tiers. So if you've been there less than 2 years, they match 50% of what you put in, up
Yeah.
to 6% of your pay.
All right, standard start.
But between 2 and 5 years, it jumps to a 75% match.
Oh, interesting.
And then after you hit 5 years with them, it becomes a full 100% match, dollar for dollar. Again, up to that 6% of pay.
Huh. That's a really clever way to reward loyalty, isn't it? Your retirement benefit literally gets better the longer you stay.
Exactly. It incentivizes sticking around. So for you, the big thing here is understanding your vesting schedule
Right, not just if you get the company money, but when.
and how much based on how long you've been there.
All right.
A graded schedule like Apple's, where you get partial ownership earlier, that can really influence your decision about, say, taking another job versus staying put to max out that higher match.
Got it. Okay, what about companies trying to make sure everyone gets something saved, even if the employee isn't contributing much, or maybe anything at all?
Yeah, that brings us to automatic contributions. These are getting more common, and honestly, they kind of feel like a modern echo of the old pension idea.
How so?
Well, take General Motors GM. They put 4% of your salary into your retirement plan automatically. Doesn't matter if you contribute anything yourself.
And just free money.
Essentially, yes, a baseline contribution. Then, on top of that, they'll still match your contributions if you make them, up to another 6%.
Wow. Okay.
Amgen's similar. They do a 5% base contribution automatically, plus they offer a 5% match if you contribute.
So it's like a safety net contribution first, ensuring everyone gets something, and then the extra incentive match for active savers. That's pretty comprehensive.
It really is. And it's crucial because it guarantees this foundational layer of savings for everyone. For you, it means there might be employer money hitting your account that you didn't even realize you were getting, just quietly compounding.
Literally found money if you haven't checked the details.
Exactly.
Okay, and finally, are there any truly unique twists, maybe playing with the contribution caps or adding really different features?
Oh yeah, we've seen some cool high cap or unique features. Microsoft, for instance. They reportedly offer a 50% match, but it's not capped at a percentage of your salary.
Oh, how's it capped then?
It's tied to the annual IRS limit for employee contributions. So for 2024, the limit is $23,000. Microsoft matches 50% of whatever you put in up to that limit, meaning they could contribute up to half of $23,000, which is $11,500.
Whoa. So for someone earning a high income and maxing out their 401k, that's potentially way more employer money than a typical 6% of salary cap would allow.
It's exactly right. It lets those top earners really maximize the free money potential. But then, look at Boeing.
What's unique there?
Well, first, they offer a pretty generous 10% match, dollar for dollar, on the first 10% you contribute.
That's strong.
But the really unique part, they have a feature where they match your student loan payments with 401k contributions.
Wait, they match student loan payments. How did that even work?
It means if you're making payments on your student loans, Boeing treats those payments up to their matching limit as if they were your own 401k contributions, and they put the matching funds into your 401k.
That is incredible. It tackles that huge dilemma so many people face, right? Pay down student debt or save for retirement.
Exactly. Boeing is basically saying you can focus on your loans and we'll still help you build your retirement savings.
Wow. That signals they really get the financial pressures, especially on younger workers.
It does. It acknowledges that dual burden. So for you, the insight here is huge. If your company offers something like this, you might rethink how you allocate your extra cash. Well, instead of maybe aggressively paying down loans first, then focusing on retirement later, you could make your loan payments, get the company match into your 401k because of those payments, and essentially get free retirement money while tackling debt.
You were getting retirement savings funded by paying off your student loans. That's like financial arbitrage.
Pretty much. It's about making your money work smarter. These kinds of innovative plans create real opportunities.
Fantastic point.
Absolutely. I mean, what's fascinating here is just the sheer variety and, frankly, the creativity in these plans now, which brings up a really important question for you. Have you actually dug into your specific plan's match formula?
Beyond just the percentage.
Yeah. Is there an automatic contribution you didn't know about? What's the vesting schedule? Is it cliff vesting all at once after X years or graded where you own it gradually?
Good question.
And do you have a Roth 401k option available? These details, they're the keys to unlocking all that potential free money.
Excellent advice. Okay, now let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about something often seen as, well, a bit of a financial dinosaur.
Yeah.
The defined benefit plan, the pension.
Ah, yes, the pension.
It's often talked about like it's gone extinct, but is it really?
Well, it's definitely true. They've declined massively in the private sector, mostly replaced by 401k. So gone the way of the dinosaur isn't totally wrong in many industries.
But not extinct.
Not extinct, no. And let's be clear. If you are lucky enough to have one, a pension is incredibly valuable. It's that traditional plan where your employer promises you a set monthly income for life and retirement, usually based on your salary and how long you work there. It offers incredible stability.
And they're still around in some significant areas, right? Not just dusty old contracts.
Oh, definitely. Pensions are still quite common for government workers, federal, state, local, and many unionized employees. Think teachers, firefighters, police, the military. The federal government's FERS plan, for instance, has a solid pension component alongside their 401k-style thrift savings plan. And even in the corporate world, some big names like John Deere still offer them. And PNC Financial, they're bringing one back, or offering one, for new hires starting in 2025, which is interesting.
Wow, PNC is bringing one back. That's counter-trend.
It is. Shows that some companies still see value there.
So for listeners who might have a pension, what's the deep dive insight? What do they need to understand beyond just, hey, I have a pension?
Great question. If you have one, first, you absolutely need to understand it's a cruel formula, how your benefit actually grows over time.
Okay.
Second, You need to be aware of any crucial choices you might have to make down the line. Things like survivor benefits, deciding if your spouse gets payments after you pass and how much. Or sometimes you get offered a lump sum payout versus taking the monthly annuity for life.
That lump sum decision sounds huge.
It's often one of the biggest financial decisions people ever make. So this raises an important question. Have you really modeled out what those choices mean long term, especially considering inflation?
Ah, inflation, the pension killer.
It can be. Many pensions, especially older private ones, don't have automatic cost of living adjustments, CLAs. That means your fixed monthly payment buys less and less over time. So even with a good pension, personal savings are still critical to maintain your lifestyle across potentially decades of retirement.
That really underscores the need for a multi-pronged approach. Okay, shifting again slightly. Another way companies help build wealth is by giving you a piece of the action, right? Through employee stock and ownership plans.
Exactly. These plans let you share in the company's success, and that wealth can definitely fuel your retirement, even if indirectly sometimes.
Like an ESPP.
Yeah, an employee stock purchase plan, ESPP, is a common one. It lets you buy company stock, usually through payroll deductions, and often at a discount, maybe 10%, sometimes even 15% below the market price.
So right off the bat, there's a potential gain baked in.
Often, yes. That discount creates an immediate arbitrage opportunity, which is attractive. For you, the strategic play involves understanding the tax rules.
Like sell immediately or hold.
Right. Do you sell right away to lock in that gain from the discount? Keep in mind that discount portion is often taxed as regular income. Or do you hold the stock, hoping for long-term growth, but also accepting the risk of having too much tied up in one company, plus future capital gains taxes?
Decisions. And we can't really talk about employee stock without mentioning restricted stock units, RSUs, or stock options, right?
Especially in tech.
Oh, absolutely. RSUs are a huge part of compensation at places like Amazon, Meta, Google. While they aren't retirement accounts themselves, they can generate significant wealth.
How do people use that for retirement typically?
Well, for instance, you hear financial advisors telling Amazon employees whose 401k match might not be the absolute highest to use the money from their vesting RSUs to supercharge their other retirement savings. They sell the stock as it vests and funnel that cash into IRAs, brokerage accounts, etc. So it's not just about getting the stock, it's having a plan for what you do with it once you get it.
Exactly. It raises that key question for you. How are you strategically handling any company's stock or options you receive? Are you selling regularly to diversify and reduce risk? Are you using the proceeds to max out other retirement accounts? Integrating these into your overall financial plan is crucial for long-term security.
Makes sense. Now let's pivot to something that feels increasingly rare, but if you have it, wow, it's valuable. Retiree health benefits. Healthcare costs in retirement are just huge.
You've hit on a major anxiety point for retirees, and rightly so. We're talking about the employer actually helping cover your medical costs after you stop working, either providing coverage directly or offering subsidies.
That seems especially critical for people retiring before they hit 65 and qualify for Medicare.
Hugely critical for early retirees, or even just bridging gaps Medicare doesn't cover later on. It's a benefit often linked to long tenure or specific types of jobs.
So where might you still find these benefits?
You still see them more often in public sector jobs, government roles, and under some long-standing union contracts. They might promise coverage until Medicare starts, or maybe provide supplemental insurance after 65. Some employers also contribute to things like health reimbursement arrangements, HRAs, specifically for retirees to use on healthcare expenses.
HRAs for retirees. Okay.
Yeah. Given that healthcare could easily be one of your single biggest expenses in retirement, any help your former employer provides here is incredibly valuable. It basically frees up your other savings that would have otherwise gone to premiums or copays.
So what should you, our listener, be looking for in your benefits package related to this?
You absolutely need to check if your company offers any kind of retiree health account or HRA. Sometimes companies even have policies where they contribute the value of your unused sick leave into an account like this when you retire.
Unused sick leave. That's
Right.
clever.
It can add up. These less common benefits can genuinely save you thousands of dollars a year in retirement. That allows your IRA, your 401k, all that other money to stretch further and just gives you immense peace of mind. Think of it like a hidden insurance policy against one of retirement's biggest risks.
That's a great way to put it. Okay, to sort of round out this exploration, what other kinds of benefits or tools are out there? Things that aren't direct savings accounts, maybe, but still really support your retirement security.
Yeah, it's important to look at the whole support system. Many companies, particularly larger ones, offer financial planning resources.
Like what?
Could be anything from free seminars or webinars, access to online planning calculators and tools, maybe even free consultations with financial advisors, or offering managed account options within your 401k.
People often skip over those, but free advice can be worth a lot.
It really can. Don't underestimate the value. These aren't just fluff. They're tools to help you make better decisions. Then there's insurance.
Beyond health insurance.
Yeah, like maybe the company's sponsored life insurance policy continues in some form after you retire, or maybe they offer really strong long-term disability insurance that protects your income right up until retirement age if something happens. These provide crucial financial safety nets.
Good point. Anything else really unique?
Well, we sometimes see really specific, unique employer contributions. Visa, for example, reportedly offers an extra retirement contribution just for employees over 50, a direct boost for catch-up savings.
Oh, that's targeted help. Nice.
And timing matters, too. Like we mentioned GM and Amgen contributing automatically. But think about when contributions hit. Citigroup, for instance, reportedly makes their big 8% employer contribution as a lump sum at the end of the year.
A single lump sum. Wow. Okay, you definitely need to know that.
You absolutely do. Because if you leave the company in, say, November, you might miss out entirely on that year's contribution, whereas a per-paycheck contribution would have been steadily accumulating. Understanding the timing, the vesting schedule for these lump sums, it's critical.
So many little details that add up.
Exactly. And what's striking is how all these things, the planning tools, the insurance, these unique contribution structures, they collectively build this comprehensive safety net and support system for your retirement.
Yeah.
It's really more than just the dollars going into the account. It's the whole package.
Okay, so we've covered a ton here. From super generous matches to pensions, making a mini comeback, stock plans, health benefits. What's the big overarching takeaway for you, our listener?
I think the main message is this. Your employer's retirement benefits aren't just some generic checklist item. They are a really powerful strategic part of your total compensation. Companies design these benefits carefully to attract people, to keep people, to support people.
So you need to treat them strategically, too.
Absolutely. The real unlock is to actively investigate and then capitalize on every single structural advantage, every bit of free money, every helpful resource your specific employer offers. Don't leave anything on the table.
And for those of you out there meticulously planning your future, this isn't just about hitting the 401k match anymore, is it?
Not at all. It's about weaving everything together. Maxing that 401k match, yes, but then maybe adding the tax-free growth of a Roth IRA, using an HSA for healthcare costs if you can, thinking carefully about when to claim Social Security.
And critically, layering in all these unique employer benefits we've just talked about.
Exactly. Each tool has its strength. The 401k for high limits and employer money, the Roth for tax-free withdrawals later, the HSA for medical, Social Security as a baseline income. Using them all together creates a much more resilient and often more tax-efficient retirement picture.
Which leads to a crucial point about keeping up with changes.
Oh, definitely. This raises that important question. Are you staying informed? Tax laws change. Contribution limits go up. Rules shift, like the age for required minimum distributions, RMDs.
So you can't just set it and forget it entirely.
Not really. You need to periodically check reliable sources, IRS website, Social Security Administration updates, just to stay current. And honestly, especially as you get closer to retirement, talking to a fee-only financial planner can be invaluable. They can help you optimize how you draw down money from all these different accounts in the most tax-smart way.
This has been a real eye-opener. It really shows the hidden complexity and, frankly, the opportunity within employer benefits. We talked about Activision Blizzard's massive 25% match, Boeing actually matching student loan payments.
They're breaking stuff.
And even the fact that solid pensions still exist at companies like John Deere. There's just so much more out there than people might assume.
And the core insight really holds true.
Yeah.
Every extra dollar or percentage point your company puts in, every discount they offer, every support service they provide, that's money or effort you don't have to come up with entirely on your own.
It's a partnership in building your security.
A strategic partnership, exactly.
So, let me leave you with a provocative thought to chew on. If you've just been kind of ticking the box on your benefits, maybe glancing at the 401k match and moving on, are you potentially overlooking significant amounts of free money or crucial safety nets that are just sitting there waiting for you to claim them?
Yeah.
What if the single most impactful retirement move you could make this week isn't about picking a stock, but just finally reading your benefits handbook cover to cover, or scheduling that chat with HR to really understand the nuances of your specific plan?
That conversation could be worth thousands. We really hope this deep dive empowers you to go find and unlock every possible advantage in your retirement planning.
Until next time, keep digging for those nuggets of knowledge.